Oh, welcome back, dudes and lady dudes and everything in between. It's been a little while since I picked up the camera, but I think right now is more of a deserving time than any to film something. For the last 6 months, I've been dealing with a chassis code on the Supra, which is not that good, but for a long time I really didn't know why I was even doing it. And I was kind of just blaming it on the fact that there was an update done on my car, and it might have upset the car a little bit, and the car just thought that maybe it was riding lower than it normally has. That was my theory anyway. Not the truth, but I was back and forth with a Toyota dealership and just trying to get them to hook a scanner up to it and just tell me what's wrong with the car so I can figure it out. Because I moved to Detroit this week and I don't want to drive across the country with my car driving crazy. So brought the car to the dealership and I said, hey, just plug your scanner up to it and let me know what's wrong with the car, man. I want this fixed. Let me know how much it is, whatever it is. I got it. Just send it to me. And then the car was at the dealership and they told me, yeah, we don't know what's wrong with it. I said, what do you mean you don't know what's wrong with it? And they said, we don't know what's wrong with it. So we don't know what you're talking about. And I said, okay, well, that's dumb. Give me my car back and I'll fix it myself. So I went to East Side Collision Center, which is where my boy Brandon works. And I said, hey, put your scanner up to this. We're going to try to figure this out. And he was like, all right, bet. So I pulled up. Literally in 5 minutes, we figured out what was wrong with it. My left front ride height sensor is broke for whatever reason. I was like, so you mean to tell me it was at the Toyota dealership and this was their chance to make some unnecessary money off of me and they dropped it back? The answer is yes. Okay, so Brandon ordered the part for me for way cheaper than a dealership would have sold it to me, and me and him are gonna go put it in ourselves. But first, I gotta go to the gym. He's still at work, and as soon as he gets off work, we're going to his house and we're gonna go fix it. So little cold start. I ain't drove the car in 5 days and it's 75 degrees, so not really a cold start, but so good. It's so good. Actually, before I leave, I'm gonna give the car a quick hose down because look at this, dude. It's like the pollen is so bad that the car is yellow all over. Extremely dusty. It's even worse back here. So we're just gonna give it a quick hose down, so that way it's looks a little more presentable, maybe. So did that. Probably gonna make it worse, but at least it's a little more presentable, maybe, hopefully. Having a dark color car sucks. Okay, now we go to the gym, and I will grab you whenever we get done, and hopefully we fix all this nonsense, and that way I can call Toyota and say, hey, y'all need to hire better technicians. That's the ultimate goal anyway. All right, so we made it to Brandon's house. What's up, dude? Got the part, it's in. We kind of went into this thinking hey, this is either gonna take us 2 hours or maybe 20 minutes. We don't really know because it's just a sensor. This is the whole sensor. And we think that's what's broken. So we got the wheel off. And the sensor is right, that's the sensor, and it's right exactly where you think it would be. It's where the arm, it's where the arm is. So maybe all we have to do is just get underneath it. Let me see the flex here. This is the Amazon toolkit. How much this was?
90 bucks.
$90.
Look at you. You got your torques. You got all your metric, your standard.
Ooh.
You got your inverted torques. I mean,
you just inverted, outverted.
this is everything you could possibly need.
But $90 and 3 days shipping, boys.
I hope they plug this.
We'll put the link in the bio.
Link in bio. Use discount code LNASTY and save 20% on shipping. So we took the arm off before taking the actual sensor off. It's literally just plastic. And this is, focus, bro. So this is what's actually, this is what's holding on to the arm itself. It's all just plastic. It's not like anything fancy. So I could see why Visconti sells billet ones, because this does look kind of raggedy, low key. Yeah, and it's kind of strange that it's the front one, because normally everybody on YouTube that has to change sensors are the back ones for some reason, but my back ones are fine. It's the front one. So I don't even know what I did, because we're sitting here looking at the sensor. It's not busted. The arm is like fine. It's not, doesn't look wrong. Here's the whole sensor itself, but it looks fine. Like, it doesn't look like it
doesn't look messed up.
It's been doing it ever since I had to tow the car. So I'm pretty confident that however it was on the truck or whatever did this, because it's been doing it ever since. Now, why I waited 6 months to do this, I don't know, but here we are. So there is the sensor with the arm. We did a little mod. We took the, I'm gonna try to point at it, the little thing that went around the control arm that measures the up and down of the arm. We put a zip tie on it just for safekeeping, but I don't know if it really needs it, but it just seemed like the cheapest design possible for a $70,000 race car. But everything's back in. It was pretty plug and play. You just unplug that and it pretty much came right off, honestly. I mean,
Easy job.
20 minutes, seems like. Yeah, we got the all-tail fancy scanner thing, and we're gonna go in it and reprogram it and set the ride height, because the car is lowered with the springs that I put on it. So we're just gonna make sure it's good. So it should be fine.
Should be good.
Toyota's missed out on a lot of money, because they told me they couldn't figure out what was wrong with the car. And we diagnosed it in about 5 minutes, and it took about 20 minutes to do this. He sold me the part for like way less than the dealership was going to sell it to me for, and 20 minutes of our time, it seems like. So easily could have made $400 off of me that day, and they get nothing because they're stupid. So don't go to the dealership. Because yeah,
y'all come to East Side.
yeah, go to East Side Auto Collision in Hammond, and Brandon's got you.
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
Yeah, way more better. I don't know. I really went into the dealership with the mindset of like, hey, whatever it costs to fix it, please just fix it. And here we are. But now I'm really just thinking how dumb they are. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Being a car guy is one of those things where being a car guy is only fun if you either have lots of money or a lot of good friends. And these are one of these moments where I have a good friend, because like, this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. So you gotta have one of these fancy scanner thingies that he's got plugged in right there. To do anything to this car, you gotta have one of those. The car is too smart. You can't just hook regular things, like regular diagnostic scanners up to it. It's not gonna do anything. You have to have like this crazy expensive tool. And something that's important to note is that it has to be updated, because I did hook a scanner up to it that was a 2024, and it didn't let us do anything. And like, all I did was read the code, but wouldn't tell us nothing else. This is the 25 update, and it's letting us do everything that we need to do. So now we're having to recalibrate it. We're having to measure. We got to measure the bottom of the rim to the top of the fender, which is 24 1/4. Chat GPT, the conversion to 24 1/4 inches to millimeters. Just went and did a test ride with it. No code came up, so I think we fixed it. Hopefully we did. We didn't have to tune it or anything or reprogram it. We put the scanner up to it. The scanner was talking to it and just said, okay, nothing to be done. And we took that as, okay, it's working. I think I did notice that it did ride a little better, because I think this sensor actually works now. So that's good. As where I think, even when it wasn't throwing the code, I think that front left was still like super stiff, because there just was no sensor working at all. And then when it would throw the code, the car would go into like full-blown stiff mode, as if it's like I wouldn't even want to put it on a track. It was like drift car stiff, which is insane. So it would make it, you could feel every rock in the road. But we just went and drove it, and it felt way more comfortable, and I think it's because the sensor's working, so we should be good. So that's how you fix it. If you do run into something like this on your Supra, it is a 20-minute job. Don't go to a dealership and have them fix it. Call a friend at a body shop and get them to order that for you and put it in yourself. It really wasn't hard. I probably could have did it myself, but it's way cooler when you got friends to do it with you and for you. So yeah, if you need anything and you live in the Southeast Louisiana region, Brandon Luther at Eastside Collision.
That's right. Come see us. We'll get you hooked up.
Yeah.
Fix your car.
You'll fix the car and you'll dent because you keep hitting curbs and dogs. Okay, so I'm back home now with the car. Something that I noticed when I was on my way home is that my headlights were pointed like off into the trees. And I remembered that whenever the sensor had broke originally, that my headlights were pointed straight down at the ground. And I believe it's because the sensor wasn't working, the car didn't know how high or how low it's pointed, so it immediately just made my headlights turn all the way down. But now since I fixed the sensor, it like corrected itself, and now the headlights are pointed like all the way into the sky. So I'm like driving down the road and like I can see off into the trees, and then when my brights would cut on, I can't see any further down the road. I could just see like higher into the trees, which is so counterproductive. So like if you look, but you can see where the little beams are reflecting. They're not supposed to be that high. They're supposed to be like a few hairs lower. And then whenever I pull up, like you can see the beam pattern on the door. It's like way too high. Like the beam needs to be like here somewhere. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's not super hard. So what you'll do is there's this little thing right here. You take this flathead screwdriver and then you just twist this to pop it out. Down in there, you can't see it unless I put a light down there, but there's just a regular screwdriver, and that's what makes the beam go up and down. Okay, now I'm done. Okay, we're good now. So I'm gonna close this. Make sure I didn't leave no tools in there, but all right. So yeah, we're good on that. So yeah, if you ever have to change one of these sensors, your headlights are gonna go straight down to the ground, and then whenever you adjust them and you fix your sensor, you're gonna have to turn them back down. Now we're actually done. Okay, bye, I love you, see you later.